In this video, you will be presented with the fourth batch of Excel tips, tricks, and shortcuts. It consists of another 10 Excel functions that will surely bring your computer skills to the next level. Still, the guide or keywords are indicated at the heading of every illustration for you to easily follow and recall. Let's start with difference between lists. This function can identify and highlight the difference or differences between two tables. The tables can be in the same or different sheets. This is useful when you want to identify any changes. Like in this example, say you want to know the employees who were given a salary increase in a particular month. What you need to do is highlight the first table, hold the Control key, and highlight the second table. Then go to Home tab, Conditional Formatting. At the lower part of the window, you will find New Rule. Click that. Under Select a Rule Type, choose Format Only Unique or Duplicate Values. Then, change Duplicate with Unique. And define your desired format for the unique values found. You can highlight the cells with yellow. And all the unique values are highlighted. There's a keyboard shortcut for this function. Click Alt-HLN and you're there. This can quickly bring you to the new formatting rule window. Recommended pivot tables. Excel can recommend the appropriate pivot tables to summarize the data that you present. Just go to any cell in the table, click Insert, then you will find recommended pivot tables here. If you click that, Excel will present customized set of pivot tables that suit your data. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Alt-NSP, and you will be directed to the same window. Instantly, you have various recommendations to choose from. Scroll down for more options. Just double-click to select and make your desired modifications. It's important to note that your data list must have a row of column headings with contiguous rows of data. As soon as you click OK, Excel creates a new pivot table on its own worksheet inserted in your workbook. And there's a pivot table fields task pane displayed on the right side of the Excel worksheet window. You can modify the table with the use of this task pane. If you click Sum of Year 2018, for example here, you will have an option to change the value field settings. With this, you can display count for this column instead of sum. Notice the change in the values as well as the heading. Also, on the ribbon of this new sheet, the Pivot Table Tools contextual tab is displayed. You can use this to customize your new pivot table. You can quickly change the design with the use of this tool. And you can display a chart if you click this. Aside from the customized pivot tables, this command can also let you create one based on your own idea. If you click this, blank pivot table, then choose the fields that you want to include in your table. And you can change the source data. Like if you want to limit the table into year 2016, just click this and choose the range. Screenshot is a great tool that can quickly add images from the other open windows, and it's so easy to do. First, click the location where you want to put the screenshot. Next, go to Insert tab, and in the Illustrations group, you will find Screenshot. When you click that, open windows are displayed as thumbnails in the available Windows gallery. To quickly go to this window, you can use the keyboard shortcut Alt-N-SC, and you will instantly see the available open windows to select. Click the thumbnail image of the window that you want to be inserted, and you have the screenshot. The window that you selected is automatically added straight to your document. Then you can resize and move it. You can do formatting or enhancement of the image. Use the tools in the Picture Tools tab to enhance the screenshot. You can crop it. You can add picture styles like a border, effects. Then you can change the color or make corrections. And you can even remove the background. You can insert just a portion of the window with the use of the Screen Clipping Excel function. If you have multiple windows open, you need to first click the window where you want to get a clipping in order to move that window to the first position in the available Windows gallery. Then, go to the sheet where you want to put the clipping. Click Insert and choose Screenshot. This will move that window to the available Windows gallery. Then click Clipping. Or if you're using the keyboard shortcut, it's Alt-N-SC, and your entire window will temporarily become blurred. Press, hold, and drag to select the part of the screen that you want to capture. The window or portion of the screen you selected is instantly added to your worksheet. Like the screenshot function, you can also use the tools in the Picture Tools tab to edit and enhance the clipping. Convert Excel function. This is an excellent tool to convert one unit of measure to another. This function uses 3 arguments. First is the number or the numeric value we wish to convert. Second is the from unit, which is the unit you are converting from. And the third one is the to unit. This is the unit you are trying to convert to. First, try to manually input the values. For example, convert from yard to inch. So, type the equal sign, then convert, and tab. Say you convert 3 yards. Input 3 here as the number to be converted. Put comma, then the choices for the from unit appears where you can find yard. Yard is here. Double-click to select that. Put comma again, and the choices for the to unit appears. Look for inch, and double-click. Enter, and the converted measurement will appear in the cell. It shows that 3 yards is equivalent to 108 inches. Take note again of the quotation marks if manually entered. We've already converted 1 unit measurement, but this way is time-consuming. If you are frequently using this function, you can just make a unit conversion table like this to store the argument values, and you can easily input the formula by going to the reference. Just type the convert function and you can check for all the approved abbreviations for the from unit and the to unit. So if you already have a table, you can complete the formula this way. Equal sign, convert, then tab, then go to the number reference, comma, then go to the from unit reference, comma again, and the to unit reference. And you're done. This way is a lot faster. And you can just copy it down. Note that the functions in Excel are not case sensitive, meaning typing convert in uppercase has the same result as typing convert in lowercase. But don't forget that unit names are case sensitive. You can't replace it with YD in uppercase. If the function returns this error, check the unit abbreviations again. Make sure that the abbreviation is correct and that the two units belong to the same group. For example, it is not possible to convert yard into minute. Please note also that unit names are case sensitive as I mentioned a while ago. So this error is displayed. If the function returns this error, it means you have entered the number incorrectly. Make sure you have only entered one value or one cell reference. SUMIF is great for conditional summing of data. It's an Excel worksheet function that returns the sum of all numbers in a range of cells that meet specific criterion or condition. You can choose SUMIF from the formula bar or type the equal sign and SUMIF, then tab. And as you can see, the parameters or arguments in the SUMIF Excel function include first, the range, which is the range of cells that you want to apply the criteria against. The second parameter is criteria, which is used to determine which cells to add. It's the condition that has to be met in order to be included in the summation. Finally, the third parameter is the sum range, or the range of cells to sum together. In short, for every value in range that matches the criteria, the corresponding value in sum range will be added. Let us apply that in the example. We already have the SUMIF formula. Let us try to get the total of product 3, for example. So, this is our criterion and the range is the product column where we want the criterion to be applied with. The formula requires us to input the range first, so let us go to this column. Then, the criteria, which is product 3. And the sum range, which is the amount. Enter, and we have the total of product 3. Let us review the formula. Our criterion is product 3, so Excel adds the values in this column corresponding to all the cells with product 3 in this column. Let us double check that with another formula to add all values for product 3. And the answer is the same. What if we replace the criterion with product 4? The output is automatically updated. You can also just type the criterion here. Enclose with quotation marks and enter. And you get the same result. Note that the sum range is optional. If it's not indicated, the formula uses criteria range as the sum range. See this table for an example of SUMIF without the sum range. Here you want to add only the amount in cells A5 to A16 that are lower than 30,000. So our formula is just the range, which is A5 to A16, and our criterion is this. The total of the amounts that are lower than 30,000 is 109,041. And let us double check that. And the answer is the same. Now let's do the SUMIFS Excel formula. With the S at the end, it means that SUMIFS is an Excel formula that is used to sum cells that meet multiple criteria. This is the same function with the SUMIF formula, but it can work with multiple criteria. Actually, it can do both the single and multiple criteria. Using this same table, let's get the total of not all product 3 but only those coming from region 1. So the criteria are product 3 and region 1. Both criteria must be met. The sequence of the arguments in the SUMIFS formula is different from that of the SUMIF formula in order to cater all criteria. Let's type equal sign and SUMIFS, then tab. As you notice, instead of the criteria range, the sum range comes first. So let's go to column C and choose C5 to C16. Then criteria range 1, followed by criteria 1. Then criteria range 2, followed by criteria 2. If you have more than 2 criteria, just continue the formula with criteria range 3, then criteria 3, and so on. For our example, let's just use 2 criteria. The total of product 3 from region 1 is 38,444, which is this one. Only one cell in the range meets both criteria. As I mentioned, SUMIFS can also be used for a single criterion, so let's do it with only product 3 as the criterion. And the result is the same with the output of the SUMIF function that we did earlier. Len Excel function. Len formula returns the number of all characters including space, comma, punctuation, and number in a cell, but it does not include number formatting. Consider these examples. The formula is as simple as typing the equal sign followed by len. Then tab and go to the reference cell where you want to get the length of text. Enter and the count is displayed. Then copy it down to the other samples. First line we get 6 characters and there's no need to explain that. Second line, also 6 characters because it does not matter whether the characters are written in lower or uppercase. Third example, we have 9 characters, that's including space and period. Fourth example, 12 characters, that's including comma. Next, 4 characters, all numbers are counted. Then next, you may wonder why the count is also 4. It's because the $sign, comma, decimal point, and 2 zeros after the decimal point are just there because of the number formatting setup. That's why they are excluded from the count. Next line, the decimal point is included in the count because it's typewritten and not just a result of a formatting setup. So the count is 7. The next one shows 6 characters. That's including the decimal point and percent sign. But why is the next sample showing only 5 characters? 0 is not included because it's also just a result of the number formatting setup. For you to understand better, let us set the cell format to general to eliminate the number formatting so that we can only see the actual characters written. There you go. Look at the samples and check the count again. Last, if the cell is blank, the output or the count is 0, and that's self-explanatory. And instead of going to the reference cell, you can type the text to be counted, just enclose with quotation marks. Try typing the fourth sample. And you also get 12. If you are working on a worksheet that contains confidential information like employee salaries, and you don't want others to see, you can hide the contents and make the cells appear blank. Excel has a great way of doing it by applying a number format. This video presents a tip on how to hide cell value. Consider this table here. Note that the names and figures are just invented to serve as an example. The first thing that you're going to do is select or highlight the cell or range of cells that contain values that you want to hide. Then, display the window to format a number. To do this, you can either go to Home tab and click the dialog box launcher next to Number, this one here. Or you can right-click, then choose Format Cells. Once you have this, click Custom under Category. Then, in the Type box, replace the settings with 3 semicolons. And the values are hidden right away. Take note that cells with hidden values remain displayed in the formula bar when you click one of them, and you can work with them, although they appear blank on the worksheet. Try getting the total and the annual figures. So they work. The cells just look blank, but the values are still there and display in the formula bar. This is a great way to hide info. To undo or show the values again, click Ctrl-Z or display the number formatting window again. And under Category, replace the semicolons with General to apply the default number format, or click the date, time, or number format that you want. Trim function. This Excel function is great for organizing large amounts of data. Sometimes our data contains extra spaces at the beginning and or in between words within a cell. Look at the examples here. Aside from being difficult to read and understand, the data also looks untidy. The good thing is that there's a way to fix it, and it can be done swiftly. Thanks to Excel's trim function, which removes those extra spaces, irrespective of the number of spaces that are there in that selected cell with its so easy to use formula. Using this example, with cells having spaces before and after the text string and extra spaces between the words or values, let us perform the function by typing the equal sign and trim, then tab, and input the text or go to the cell with extra spaces to be removed, and enter. Now it's nice to look at. Then copy to the remaining cells and observe the result. It instantly removes all spaces from a text string except for a single space in between words or values. Trim function can also be found under Formulas tab. Then click Text and Trim is here. And there's another way to use the trim function. Click Insert Function Then, in the box for select a category, choose text. And under that, find trim. And click that. Just for your information, len function, which I featured in my recent video, is also here. Among the 3 ways to use the trim function, the first method that we used, or using the equal sign, is the fastest way to use this function. Automatically insert a decimal point when typing. When manually entering data or numbers with decimal point, you can make the data entry faster by letting Excel insert the decimal point for you, so you won't have to do it over and over again. This video will present a super time-saving Excel trick. For example, if you have to type 120.45, 200.25, 302.12, and you have to do this for numerous data with 2 digits after the decimal point, Excel has a trick that will help you finish your task faster. You just need to change the settings in order to apply this trick. To do this, just go to File tab, then choose Options. Under that, there's Advanced. Here you will find an option for Excel to automatically insert a decimal point. Check that and you can define how many digits you want after the decimal point. Say you keep it as 2, then hit OK. Now, if you type these numbers, you don't have to include the decimal point anymore. Just type 12045, 20025, 30212. And the decimal point is there before the last 2 digits, even if you did not type that.